What if everything you've ever known, every person you've loved, every experience you've had, every memory you cherish, is nothing more than elaborate code running in some advanced simulation? Not just a philosophical thought experiment, but a genuine possibility supported by physics, mathematics, and logic. Today, we're diving into one of reality's most unsettling questions. Are you actually real? Or are you simply a character in someone else's game?
Presenting the simulation argument.
So many simulation discussions, it's crazy.
Okay.
The concept that reality might not be what it seems dates back thousands of years. In Plato's allegory of the cave, prisoners chained since birth mistake shadows on a wall for reality, never knowing the true world outside. By the 17th century, philosopher René Descartes proposed his famous thought experiment. What if an evil demon was deceiving you about everything you perceive?
I think, therefore I am, became his only certainty. The one thing the demon couldn't fake was his own consciousness questioning reality.
But it wasn't until the digital age that these philosophical musings found new life in what we now call simulation theory. In 2003, Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom published his groundbreaking paper, Are You Living in a Computer Simulation? His argument follows a simple but profound logic.
The simulation argument. This is an argument that tries to show that at least one of three propositions is true.
Bostrom presented three possibilities, one of which must be true. Advanced civilizations typically go extinct before developing simulation technology. Advanced civilizations exist but have no interest in running ancestor simulations. We are almost certainly living in a simulation. His reasoning, if even one civilization among countless possible ones throughout the cosmos reaches a post-human stage with sufficient computing power, they could run billions or trillions of simulations of their evolutionary history. If that's true, simulated minds would vastly outnumber real ones, making it statistically probable that we ourselves are simulated. But is there scientific evidence supporting this seemingly outlandish theory? Some physicists point to the bizarre world of quantum mechanics, where particles behave as if they're only rendered, when observed, eerily similar to how video games conserve processing power by only rendering what the player can see. The mathematical nature of physical laws has led others to suggest our universe operates more like a computer program than we might expect. After all, the universe appears to be fundamentally digital at the Planck scale, the smallest measurable unit of space and time. Theoretical physicist James Gates discovered error-correcting codes embedded in string theory equations, the same codes used in browsers and computer systems, raising profound questions about the fundamental structure of reality. Critics argue that simulating an entire universe with conscious beings would require impossible amounts of computing power. But would it? A simulation doesn't need to render every subatomic particle in perfect detail, only what's necessary for conscious experience. The quantum indeterminacy we observe could be the simulation cutting corners. Plus, time inside and outside a simulation need not run at the same rate. What feels like billions of years to us might be seconds to our hypothetical simulators. If we are in a simulation, what does that mean for us? Are our lives meaningless? Quite the opposite, according to some thinkers. Your thoughts, feelings, and experiences would be no less real to you inside a simulation than in a base reality. Consciousness remains consciousness, regardless of its substrate. Some even find spiritual comfort in simulation theory, replacing traditional concepts of gods with simulators, the afterlife with system transfers, and divine intervention with code adjustments. Others view it as a scientific challenge, to look for glitches, patterns, or limitations that might reveal our simulated nature. So how might we detect if we're in a simulation? Scientists have proposed several tests. Some physicists suggest looking for telltale pixelation in cosmic rays, which might reveal the underlying grid of spacetime. Others look for computing shortcuts, areas where our reality behaves more like an optimized program than a truly continuous universe. The unexplained dark energy accelerating our universe's expansion could be such an optimization, reducing the need to simulate distant galaxies in detail. Most intriguingly, physicists at the University of Washington have suggested that current attempts to simulate quantum chromodynamics reveal unique constraints that would also apply to anyone simulating our reality, potentially allowing us to identify simulation signatures. Whether we exist in base reality or an elaborate simulation ultimately changes little about our daily lives. The same questions remain. How should we live? What gives our existence meaning? How do we treat others? But simulation theory does offer us a humbling perspective. Our reality, this vast, ancient universe with its billions of galaxies, might be just one of countless similar experiments running on an unimaginably advanced computer. As you go about your day after watching this video, take a moment to look around. Is that glitch in your peripheral vision just a quirk of human perception, or something more? Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of simulation theory isn't whether it's true, but that we can conceive of it at all.
So, guys, this has been Mindsolis. If you enjoyed exploring the boundaries of reality with me, subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious, whether you're real or not.